gang, today we're going to learn one of my original compositions, The End of October. We're working this for some of you the second time around because I recently asked all my advanced students, was there anything you were having trouble with? Write it down. And several of you mentioned this song. So I'm going to go over this with you again today. Before we go over the main song, I'll go ahead and play it for you, but then we're going to go into the second version. But here's the first version. Here's the main part. I've got my metronome set on 104, and I'm using it to give myself eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay. All right. So I haven't warmed up as I often do. I don't warm up before I play. So fingers crossed for me. Do as I say, not as I do. Warm up before you play. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. I got it. Second time around, let me see if I can do it a little bit better. B part. Back to the top. Still with me? Get ready for that coda. Okay, now by the time I finish teaching you this 15 or 20 minute lesson, I'll be able to play that a lot better because I will have warmed up, right? Okay, now before we dig into that version of it, I want us to all look at Dulcimer 2, the newest part that I wrote. Maybe you can see that on the screen. End of October, Dulcimer 2. Now, I wrote this part to sort of support the part that I just played, but it also gets you into your left-hand fingering and will help you play that first version I just played. Okay? All right, so I'm going to play this through one time for you, and I'll do it really slow. I want you to watch how often I will place one finger on a certain string and let him just ride up and down the strings as other fingers shift around him, okay? I preach that every time I give you guys a lesson, but I think it's going to be really obvious on this one. Okay, this is going to be really slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Watch this. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. B part. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Here comes a big stretch. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple part here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Get ready to go back up to the beginning with me. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get ready for the coda. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coda. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you play these dulcimer two parts, remember that sometimes they sound kind of weird being played all by themselves. They're really designed to be played along with the first dulcimer part. Now, let's talk through this really quick, because last time I was doing a video, I ran out of time. I'm going to start with my middle finger, ring finger, and pinky on those ones. Then when I go to the 1, 1, 3, all I have to do is drop my thumb in. Okay? In the next measure, I go 3, 3, 3, but look, my fingers are already lined up for 3, 3, 3. I drop my thumb in again to get the 5. These two fingers are going to stay exactly where they are. They're not going to stay exactly where they are. They're going to slide up in the same position, and then my index finger is going to find that 6. So that gives me my 5, 6, 7. Now what's really cool, I've got my 5, 6, 7. Right here, I slide these two fingers down to my 2, 3. Every time I write an original, I'm really taking into consideration the most efficient way that we can move our left hand, if you hadn't noticed that already. Okay, from there, I go 4, 5, same two fingers, 5, 6, same two fingers, back to 4, 5, okay? Those same two fingers stay in the same alignment with each other, they just slide back and forth, okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm in the last measure of line 2. I come all the way down and let my middle finger bring me all the way down to my 1s. Okay? Then, everything's got to kind of shift around for you. I bring my 5, 4, 3 up. Notice I'm not using my middle finger. 5, 4, 3. Okay? Then everything's got to shift again because I got a 5, 6, 7. Okay? Down to 3, 3, 5. These two fingers slide down to 2, 3, 4, and then back down to 1, 1, 1. And that line ends with 3, 4, 5. I'm in the B section now, okay? So let's start that B section again. The B section starts with 3, 3, 3, 5, 6, 7, then 2, 3, 5. See how efficient that is? My thumb comes down to 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, rest, rest, gives you a little bit of time to slide up to your 3, 4, 5. Okay? I'm now on the second line of the B section. I got 2 5s. I'm going to take my middle finger up to those 2 5s and use my middle of my ring on that. Now here comes that 6, 4, 3, which is a big stretch. See how I'm lined up right now? I'm on my 5, 5 with my middle of my ring. My index is hanging right above my 6. He's already there, and my pinky is ready to grab that 3 for me. Okay? So 6, 4, 3 is going to be like that. Boom. Then the neat thing is, to get my 5, 4, 3, all I got to do is take that index finger down, and that's going to feel really good because that's a stretch. There's the relief. Okay? 5, 4, 3, same 3 fingers, go down to 4, 3, 2, and then the same fingering, I'm going to keep this guy, but I'm going to line him up, boom, 3, 1, 1, okay? All right, and then you're pretty much on the home stretch. Let's jump backwards for a second and look at that third line, because I'm not sure if I went over that with you very well. You got to watch your timing on that. You're at 5, 6, 7. This is the third line of the A section, okay? You're at 5, 6, 7. You got to rest, shoot down to 3, 3, 5, shoot down to 2, 3, 4, and then it's a free-for-all when you get these notes 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay? All right. Now, find a fingering that works for you on that, because there's many different ways that you could do that without breaking a sweat too much. All right? Okay, let's go back to the very first original version of this that I gave you several months ago and that we're revisiting today. Once again, when I write these original pieces, I'm really moving around, what I like the sound to sound like, right? The note sequence, but I'm also really paying attention to efficient ways that we can move our hands to get the job done. Because the more efficient we are with moving this hand around, and the more often we can leave a note hanging and ringing while we're doing something else, the smoother and overall sweeter the whole song is going to sound, okay? So that's what I'm always pushing for. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the first line on the A section, and you might hear my cat sneezing in the background right now. That's a little bit, okay. So we start the same way we started, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, okay. My pointer finger is out. I'm going to go, my thumb goes like that, okay. I'm going to slide up to the 2, and then I reposition those same 3 fingers on the 3s. That's a really cool move. Watch it again. Start with my 1s. Thumb, thumb, slide up, 3s. Okay, now to hit my 5, 6, 7, all I got to do is take these 2 fingers and go boom, and my index is ready to drop on the 6. Then my fingers are already in alignment to come down here to the 2, 3, 5. Okay, now if you notice, I still have my 2, 3 in position. I'm going to slide them up to 4, 5, 5, 6, and then I'm going to come up to 7s like that. Okay, way cool. Now, the third measure of the second line, 5, 3 pull off to 4, 5. What we end up with is an E minor shape, what I refer to as an inverted E minor shape, because my 5 is on my bass string, middle finger's on my 4, ring fingers on my melody string 3. How I'm going to get to that is I'm going to start with my middle finger out in the air, my index is going to be on the 5, my 3 is already planted because I'm pulling off to him. I've got to always plant him if I'm going to pull off to him. So I pull off, middle finger's ready to go down, index reaches over there. And usually I use my thumb on that 5 on the melody string. So watch that measure again. Pull off with these 2 fingers, middle finger's out. Okay. Now when I go to my third line, this is where things get a little crazy because I got to jump up in the air and re-finger. Thumb, slide down to my 3s. Okay. Now I'm at 2, 3, 4. This is a cool measure. This is where we do multiple pull-offs. I got to load my 2 in on that 2, 3, 4. So I got 2, 3, 4, and my 2 on my melody string is loaded underneath them. See how I've got that? Middle finger, index finger, thumb, and then underneath all that, my middle or my ring finger is on this 2 for me. Okay? So I hit that D chord, pull off with my thumb, pull off with my ring finger, pull off my index finger, pull off my middle finger, and go 5, 6. Okay? Watch that move again because it's a lot of fun. 2, 3, 4, third finger's loaded up on the 2. Got it? Okay. Okay, let's go to the B section. We got our 3s again. And my thumb is going to do that 4, 5 for me. And my 3s are staying in place. And then I slide everything up to 5, 6, 7. Then it's really easy to keep these fingers in the same alignment. Take them down to 2, 3, 5. There's that one getting pulled off, not the one, but the three getting pulled off. The one note being the three getting pulled off. Okay, so B section, second measure, 2, 3, 5. Okay, everything's locked down until I need it somewhere else. Thumb comes down, 2. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off. You can pick it if you want. Now this 3 is still in place. I pull him off to expose my 0 on my middle string. Okay. Ones. Okay. That takes us to the second line of the B section. We're at the double 5s. That's just one of those things you've just got to do. Finger it the way it feels best to you. It's going to sound a little choppy because we've got to go from here. Okay. After that, we've got that big stretch. 6, 4, 3. And the neat thing about that is you get to plant those one at a time. 6, 4, 3, and then it gets strummed rather. That 3 comes up to the 4. Second measure of the second line of the B section. Watch that 6, 4, 3 measure. I pull my pinky up, I come back, strum, my 4 is already there. Watch that measure again. 6, 4, 3, 4, strum. My 4 is already there for me. I don't have to move anything to get it. Okay. Then the next measure is the relief when I go down to 5. I'm now on the third line down of the B section, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6th line overall on the song. Now what I like about this, and I want you to really work hard to get this fingering, I'm going to use my pointer finger on my 6 and get those 2 notes. Then I'm going to put my 4 and 2 down like that, like I'm playing a chord. I slide up, same 2 fingers to get my 3, 5. And then I'm going to use my middle finger on my 4. If we finger it that way, we get this really nice cascading overlaying effect. Let me show you what that sounds like if it's played a little bit faster. Isn't that cool? That one was a little bit sloppy. Okay. All right. Now, the coda section, the very last line, we have come to that after playing the second line of the A section. So let's go ahead and start on the second line overall of the song, the second line of the A section, on that 2, 3, 5. And we're going to go from the last measure of that, we're going to jump down to the coda, and let's talk about that fingering. I don't think it's anything that we got to be too worried about. Okay, the second line on the 2, 3, 5. That move. Okay, so I just went 5, 3, 4, 5 like that. Now I jump down to the coda, which is cool because I'm going to use exactly the same kind of fingering. Okay, that's pretty cool if I do say so myself. The last measure of the second line to the first measure where the coda is. Watch this move. Pull off to the 5, 3. I've built my E minor chord and I strum it here. I'm going to leave my fingers exactly like they are. Except I shifted them down, of course. Watch it one more time. 5, 3, pull off. Strum the chord. Leave my fingers where they are, but shift them down a fret. Isn't that cool? All right. I hope this helped some of you out that had requested us had asked me to revisit this one again, because several of you did. We will go over it in person this afternoon when I see you live. Otherwise, try working out the kinks with this video and let me know if you're still having problems, okay? Once again, gang, you can visit karabarner.com and contact me if you need a hard copy of this, if you're not a regular student of mine. And I hope you enjoy this piece, and I'll see you soon.